YouTube, what up? We got our second and most likely our final pick of the week. We are riding with the Indianapolis Colts, -3 at home, hosting the Miami Dolphins. This is just another one of these lines that doesn't make sense to me. And I say that a lot in these videos because the lines that don't make sense are the ones that we usually end up betting. And a line being Indianapolis -3, the first thing that jumps out at me is it's saying these are two neutral teams playing, and we're essentially just giving 3 points for the home field advantage. When I look at this Miami Dolphins team and this Indianapolis Colts team, I don't put them on the same level at all. I think the Colts are better than the Dolphins on a neutral field. The Dolphins are an absolute shit show without Tua. They have played 3 games without Tua. One of them, Skylar Thompson, played. Now, he's not the quarterback this week, so this isn't a great example. I'll get to the others in a second. Skylar Thompson played against the Seahawks. They scored 3 points. Horrible. Now they put Snoop Huntley in, or Tyler Huntley, whatever you want to call him. He's played 2 games. He's gone 1-1. Doesn't sound horrible, right? The teams he's played are horrible. He's played the Tennessee Titans. They lost to the Titans. That's the only win the Titans have had this year. So they lost to one of the worst teams in football. Then they played the Patriots. It came down to the wire. It's basically a 50-50 game. Patriots are also considered one of the worst teams in the league. So how is this team getting the respect of an Indianapolis Colts team? I don't get it at all. I'm not saying the Colts are the Chiefs or the Texans or whatever, one of the better teams in the league, the Lions. I'm not saying they're one of those teams. But they're like a serviceable, real NFL team that on any given day can beat a team or make a really close game with any good team. The Dolphins are not in that category. The Dolphins are a shit show. I think this coach has honestly lost the locker room. I think he's a weirdo. I'm not a fan of him. I think he's kind of a loser. You hear him in these interviews. I think we're just over this fucking hack coach. All this, genius coach. We're like, the reports that are coming out that these guys don't really they don't practice that hard, and it's more about like just the finesse side of things and relying on the scheme than it is like literally practicing and work. Who knows? I'm not at the fucking practice. But my point is, there's no like positive reports coming out where the players are saying, we fucking love coach. Like it just, I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't get a great vibe from what's going on there. And then my numbers, which is really what I go off of, have the Colts as a respectable team in this league. Anthony Richardson is coming back this week. Whether it's him, whether it's Joe Flacco, I personally think both options are serviceable and around the same rank. In different ways, though, Joe Flacco is a solid passer of the football, and Anthony Richardson's a really good runner. Now, some of you might be concerned, his hip. Yeah, of course there's a concern. I'm not psychic. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the truth is about his hip. But the reports are, full practice this week, and it's supposed to be no limitations. He's supposed to be totally good to go, which is what we like to hear. He was probably decent last week, and I think they just gave him a day of rest and let Joe Flacco, just because they have a good backup quarterback. They probably could have rested him longer because they had Joe Flacco. So I think they just chose to do that, and we'll see what happens. But Anthony Richardson, I think, under this Shane Steichen system, I think he's just very underrated coach. With not the best options, he still just wins games at a decent rate. And they're playing Tyler Huntley, who still has to learn this new system under Mike McDaniels. And he's coming off a bye week. So there's 2 arguments you can make off this bye week, okay? You can make the argument that this bye week is going to be good for him because they have more time to prepare. Since he's a new quarterback coming into Miami, he has more time to learn the system. I get all that. The other side of the coin for me, though, is this is a backup quarterback that hasn't got a ton of reps in the NFL lately. Not just this year, in previous years. He had decent reps that 1 year Lamar got hurt, but last year not so much. So this, to me, is like a really rusty quarterback that hasn't gotten a lot of live bullets, in-game action. And he finally got a couple, consecutive weeks of action. Now you're going to halt it with a whole week off. I don't know if it's a great thing for him. I think with a backup quarterback this rusty, I'm not sure. This could make him, a little, not as, he probably would have liked to get more consecutive, games in. and just kind of keep the momentum of feeling, that pressure in game action. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, it's all projection. We could be right. We could be wrong. But my numbers do say that there is value here on the Colts. I like that it's -3. You know how I am about betting favorites. I like to be very careful with favorites. I don't like laying big numbers. 3 I like because it's kind of an insurance policy. If they win by 3, which is probably the minimum they would win by, we push. We don't even lose. But other key numbers, 4, 7, whatever it is, we win. So I like this number. There's always the chance we get unlucky and they win by fucking 1 or 2. It happens. But I do think it's likely that they win by more than 3. So the Colts, they've been playing well at home this year. I just like the whole situation around this game. I don't think these are neutral teams. Yes, I know the Colts have injuries. As I've said in other videos, the main thing is the quarterback position, and they have 2 serviceable quarterbacks, and that's the main thing. As long as those guys are in, we feel good in the coaching, and the coaching will take us there. So we are going to be riding with the Indianapolis Colts, -3, 1 unit. A unit's 1% of your bankroll. As always, not financial advice. You don't have to bet my plays. I'm just documenting this publicly to see how we do at the end of the season. That's it, guys. I really like the spot for Indianapolis. We'll see what happens. Probably my last pick video for the week unless a line changes in a different game. But we'll see. All right, boys. I will catch you next week. Peace. Good luck.